Hi Debojit, many congratulations on your ISI result. So rank 7, right?
No, yeah, that's right. ISI rank 7.
And
Yes,
you also got through DSC.
that's right. Yes.
So
Thank you.
please
Thank you
tell
so
us
much.
about yourself, your background, your college, and when did you join us, and how was the journey, your entire preparation?
Right. I'm actually from Siliguri in West Bengal. So I did my undergrad from St. Stephen's College.
Hmm.
I graduated last year in 2024.
Okay.
And I joined EcoPoint like I guess around June, July only.
Hmm.
Tabhi right after graduation. Uh, so yeah, I've been here for like I've been taking classes for like around a year now, and then yeah, I mean now that we've gotten this good result here, so yeah, so I did my undergrad in economics only, and initially I was like before joining EcoPoint, I was a bit confused about my goals. I would say like in terms of whether I should go towards a corporate job or go towards a master's, but then I kind of took a decision ki, I need to, do a master's before maybe taking that decision of going into academics or a corporate. And so I decided, EcoPoint would be like the right place to go because I've seen other seniors and a few of my friends also take classes. So yeah.
So were you like very regular for the live classes, and how were you studying? How were you managing your time?
Right. So, for me, I would say it was on the easier side, I guess, like, because I was in a drop year, so I didn't like I had the whole like morning ka time available, so I could like study,
Hmm.
divide my time accordingly. Yeah, I was pretty regular, in my classes, like until quite the end of whatever our classes ka schedule was. And yeah, so basically मतलब ऐसे like कुछ फिक्स्ड टाइम नहीं था कि like इतने घंटे पढ़ना है. But I didn't have like a specific amount of time that I needed to invest every day. But I did make sure कि, I was serious about things, and I did the work that was being done in the class the next day, revising continuously, and then at the weekend revise whatever's being done throughout the week. So उस हिसाब से I was quite regular. But yeah, no such as कि like 10 घंटे 16 घंटे ऐसे पढ़ना है वैसा नहीं. I was pretty casual about things. My main kind of goal was to get my concepts and everything clear
Hmm.
because I felt that I wasn't particularly clear with my concepts after my graduation, like जो पहले के concepts थे in my first year and second year. And I think that was the entire like the coaching experience was really helpful in getting those concepts clear. And once I got those cleared, I was sure कि, with proper practice of like PYQs, mock tests, whatever it is, the assessments जो भी है हमारे, I can get through somewhere good.
Hmm. So coming to past year questions and the assessment and all, and so why are you the kind of person who was making notes and revising them regularly?
Yeah, I did have notes. In fact, I had multiple copies full of notes. Like I think micro के मेरे शायद 3 या 4 notebooks होंगे
Hmm.
with full of notes. I would be very honest. I did not have the habit of note taking before this. But yeah, then Nishant sir kind of was very serious about note taking. So he was like कि भाई note ठीक से बनाओ. So I was like ठीक है, you know what, I need to be serious about this. So I started taking notes properly, thoroughly, जो भी classes में करवाते थे in my own style, जो भी है. It wasn't like always clean, but it was like proper जो भी है ठीक है.
Not
And
about being clean and all, it should be understandable to you, and you need
yeah,
to have everything and in one place. Because what happens
exactly.
later, you don't have the time to, look into this. You just need everything in one place, especially when it comes to competitive exams and all. You have all sort of stress. So, har cheez agar, if your stationery is done, one task done. It's like that. ये
या
होता है.
एग्जैक्टली, तो फिर वही होता है कि जब आप प्रेपरेशन में होते हो, एंड देन at the end of the preparation when you are like taking all of those mock tests and PYQs, तब say you make a mistake somewhere and then you want to see, you tend to forget because there's a lot of syllabus. It's very natural you forget one or two concepts. You could just like go back to your notebook and just see, what's being done, and then it just comes back to you automatically. So the next time ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आता है उस टॉपिक से, then you don't make the same mistake. So it's just
That
like the
that's
note taking essentially makes your process much easier.
और
Yeah.
टारगेट नहीं होना चाहिए दैट व्हेनेवर यू आर डूइंग वेदर इट्स पास्ट ईयर वेदर इट्स अ टेस्ट सीरीज का कोई पार्ट कर रहे हो एंड यू आर स्टक समवेयर यू नो दैट यू हैव टू गो बैक टू दैट थिंग इट्स मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट टू एक्चुअली एनालाइज टेस्ट देना तो है ही ऑफ कोर्स टाइम मैनेजमेंट के लिए यू हैव टू डू लाइक प्रॉपर टाइम टेस्ट बट एनालिसिस ऑफ दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सो हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू मस्ट हैव गॉन थ्रू द पास्ट ईयर्स
For ISI, I would say I think I went through like 10 or 12 years ke. I think I went like maybe three times, I think. Yeah. I think three times के बाद एक like I think दो दो बार के बाद तो मतलब आंसर्स याद हो जाते हैं कि कैसे वगैरह करना है, तो वही हाँ, I
really
think like
open up your insight.
I actually now that you mentioned this was so my dad is quite active in kind of like whatever I'm studying.
अच्छा.
So in fact he kind of recommended the video of last year's ISI topper from EcoPoint, and I think she had mentioned कि past years करना काफी crucial होता है. Like I mean I did take a lot of mock tests as well, but I was also like focused on the past years. And I think the rigorous prep that I had put in kind of paid off. And yeah, I mean, I got that idea from, in fact, one of the interviews that were
Okay.
done last year. Yeah.
Okay. नहीं, actually में क्या है कि it's not that today if I've not prepared anything I can take up the past year and start solving. नहीं, ऐसे नहीं होगा.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You have to know your stuff and then you go to the past
Yeah,
year.
yeah. Past year's paper हमेशा last में आता है.
हाँ.
It's like kind of the last step of your
इवन व्हेन
preparation.
वी आर टीचिंग वी ट्राई टू डू इट ऑर्गेनिकली ऐसा नहीं है कि एक साल का
Yeah.
लेके बैठ गए एंड जस्ट डू नो जो कोर्स
Yeah.
के साथ चल रहा है व्हाटएवर इज रिलेटेड देन यू गेट द हैंग ऑफ इट व्हाट आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड इज थ्रू पास्ट ईयर्स से बेनिफिट क्या होता है दैट इट्स काइंड ऑफ इट मेक्स यू रिवाइज एवरीथिंग
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
it is like time and again you are through every year paper you're almost revising everything so that's why I think past years also become very important along with of course the test that we give uh, did you work on all the revision tests for maths that we were giving from the beginning
या जो भी मतलब मॉड्यूल में थे आई डिड pretty much everything like maybe two times.
अच्छा
I may have missed a few honestly. uh, I think maths के लिए I would say I think my maths was like I would say on the strongest suit.
हम्म
जो भी like मतलब more than the stats part actually. Like
हम्म
I think I was more confident on the maths part. कि like ऐसे solve करना. I think revision was like really crucial because there were quite a few problems ऐसे कि कोई एक random सा like large number would be given and then you have to find out what would be the remainder if you're like dividing it with some other number.
हम्म
So those kind of problems were like continuously practiced in our classes as well. And so I say like when you go through the notes and then you have those revision problems, and revision problems were also like PYQs only, and then but they were like done more organically, obviously.
हम्म
And then you have the solutions if you make a mistake and everything. So उससे like काफी easier हो जाता था कि हाँ मतलब there's a certain method of doing this problem, and then you get a hang of it essentially. So once you tend to practice it multiple times, you just know कि अच्छा ये type का problem है. Then you have like a certain sort of roadmap. Obviously, it may not work that problem instantly, but you can work your way around it. And जैसे like MCQs में तो you don't really have to show a solution. You just have to come to the answer. So you can obviously kind of figure your way out, sometimes brute
different
force your
ways
way.
to the same problem.
Different ways to come to the solution. Exactly. So yeah, if you have a roadmap which you get by practicing, you can essentially get to the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you have a career plan in your mind, like what from here?
Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't
Yeah,
totally
I'm asking
decided.
you because I mean, I'm also from Stevens, okay? So,
Hmm.
what I know is that most of the people try to go abroad for
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
masters, and then,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how their roadmap is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Since you're here, a lot of your classmates, I'm sure, must have gone abroad.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them. A lot of my friends have been.
That's a
Yeah. Yeah.
usual path for
Yeah.
them.
That's a very usual path there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm currently obviously I'll do my master's at ISI, and then I am interested in academics. In fact, during my free time, अभी जो भी है, तो अभी I'm like working on a few research projects and articles currently.
That's nice.
So I do have an interest in academics per se. I haven't completely like left out the corporate side of things, but I would say like I am planning to do a PhD so far. I mean, जो भी अभी भी दिमाग में है. I don't know where exactly, but I'll have to look into it. But
Of course, of
yeah,
course. But I would
yes.
suggest you keep that in your mind because
Hmm.
when you're studying with that goal, so you try to work harder in terms of academic, because you're thinking of academic placement. So you work from that point of view. If you work
Right.
from a corporate placement point of view, then you're less inclined towards the.
Very true. Yes.
I've
Very
already
true. Yeah.
reached there. I know I will get into a corporate job and all.
हाँ 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 हाँ.
ये हो जाता है तो
Yeah, yeah, yeah. हाँ.
but if you have that PhD wala thing in your mind, then it is always like, no, I need to have a good score. I need to be good at my academics. I need to maintain. So that is there. Anything that you would like to share, from preparation point of view, you think your juniors should actually know about, and that could really help them?
Um, yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I guess like एक तो मतलब the first thing would be like कि मतलब your concept should be very clear. Okay, that's like the number one thing. So if you have your concepts clear, then that will essentially help you solve the problems. Okay, at the end of the day, it's about solving problems. And I would say like revision is very important. Uh, Rather than like maybe like strengthening what you are good at. I think it's very important, and also like identifying what are like some of the key topics which they cover in the exam.
Hmm.
Say math says the functions,
Right.
derivatives, whatever it is, like these problems they always show up at ISI. मैं ISI के perspective से ही बोल रहा हूँ. Then micro may they have a lot of those intertemporal choices wale problems. These problems always show up in these in the ISI exam. So make sure you identify what are those like key areas, and then solve as many problems as possible, and then whatever you solve you won't be able to like make get to the correct answer every time. You'll make mistakes, and
Hmm.
then note down the mistakes essentially. Which what I did was like when I took the mock test, say I made like I left a quite a large part of the answers, the CUET the mock test जो भी होते थे, and then I made a few errors as well. So what I did was after I solved it down, जहाँ पे मैं rough work कर रहा था, I would like have another sheet where I would like write down what my mistakes are and then write down how to solve them. So before taking the next mock test, I would just go through what my errors were and just like jog back the memory and essentially get to the next test. And उस तरीके से you basically I would say minimize the error and everything, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Baki, it's about I guess like just being confident about things, like जो भी तुम्हारे हाथ में like because like your preparation is in your hand, and how you take the exams, and at the end of the day it's like it's a competitive exam, right? So like there might be some things which go out of your hand, something happens like कुछ भी हो सकता है, like there might be something which comes up and then your preparation might stop, something like that. ठीक है, it's very common, and then you might just stress out too much on the day of exams. Then is it's important to remain like very calm, level-headed on the day,
Hmm.
and read the question properly, understand what they're trying to ask. Like one of the most common errors that I did during my say mock test series में जो भी मैं करता था was like I would see the question and I would read it very quickly,
Hmm.
and sometimes they would put something in the question which you would have to like take into consideration, and that would completely change the answer. So मैं
Correct.
ऐसे काफी silly mistakes करता था, and I would constantly like beat myself up कि अरे यार ये तो मतलब it's a stupid mistake at the end of the day.
But
So
this
you
is a
have to
very
be
important point that you are actually.
so it's about being careful. Like you have your time, you utilize it, you are in that space.
Hmm.
It's just you and the exam people at that point. Okay. And obviously, I mean, just be like calm about things. ऐसे मतलब tension नहीं लेने का वही, and just keep your preparation. Do honest work. I would say that's like the key thing. Do honest work. Put your head down. Do the honest work, and then the results will come up on its own. Like you shouldn't. I think one important thing that I want to say is like you shouldn't do it for the results, or you should do it for the love of the game essentially. Like you do it to understand the subject better, and then automatically जब तुम exams दोगे वो results आ
It
जाएंगे.
show. हाँ,
Yeah,
वो
yeah.
होगा. If you are just doing it for the heck of it कि नहीं बस करना ही है, करना
हाँ,
ही है, लेकिन there has to be, you need to like the subject, you need to
yeah,
get
definitely,
a
yeah,
little bit of passion for it.
definitely, yeah,
And there has to be constant learning. The
yeah, there
idea
has to be
of
constant,
learning
yeah,
should be there. If the idea of learning is not there, then वो फिर बस करने के लिए होगा. I'm not saying कि उससे किसी का नहीं होगा. हो सकता है हो भी उससे. ऐसी बात नहीं है. But then I think if you do it from that perspective, definitely you will be placed somewhere good. क्योंकि वो उतनी शिद्दत से आप कर रहे हो वो चीज.
true,
So you took a drop, right?
yeah, yeah.
So did you take up these entrances the previous year as well?
Yeah, I did attempt CUET and ISI.
Hmm.
I don't think I attempted. No, I didn't attempt JAM and GATE. Yeah, I missed out the registration
Yeah,
date.
to get through anywhere.
Yeah, I did get into CDS and GIP, but I was targeting for like DSC or like a JNU or an IGIDR. Unfortunately, I didn't get those, so I decided to take a drop year uh, because I wanted to get another shot. uh, yeah, I was a bit confused about my academic goals and you know having a job offer on the side as well. So then it's a very common kind of I would say
A lot of
like
third years because
a
you
lot of third years would have this.
placements and all. So I think
Yeah,
it's an
exactly. A lot of
opportunity.
third years would have this, they need to weigh in their options कि उन्हें क्या करना है. So for me, right throughout my like college life, I would say I was quite academically inclined in the sense कि like I liked research part of the economics a lot. So that's why I decided to shift my focus solely on the master's prep. Uh, but I mean, again, it depends from person to person what they want to pursue. I would say the entrances are they do require you to put in that effort where like a rigorous prep is required, especially ISI essentially. Like where like it's a bit difficult to juggle around prep along with say placement preparations and your college studies at the same time. So if you have three things working around at the same time, going around at the same time, so it's a bit difficult to manage all three of them. So that's why I decided to take a drop here essentially. And yeah, I knew that I would be focused on just one thing, and I would have the time and the mental space to think about just one target. And
It
yeah,
seems actually there are a lot of extracurricular activities also. If
yeah, there
you
is.
are
Yeah,
involved or not, I
I
was really
was
involved in a lot of extracurricular
yeah,
activities.
same actually. I was quite involved in quizzing. In fact, I'm still am actually. Like I quite like quizzing as an activity and something that I have been doing now as to kind of like as I in my leisure time essentially. So
Mhm.
like पढ़ाई वगैरह हो जाता था, then my friends from Delhi used to send me quiz sets to
Hmm.
solve. So I would just like solve them, try to have like some quiz ke discussions वगैरह. So it's just it's pretty fun. It's a pretty good mental exercise, I would say. But so yeah, it does become quite
Yeah,
hectic if you are like
third year it's a lot of juggle. But yeah,
हाँ
in case in even in third year you know your focus, then it's another thing altogether.
हाँ then it's another thing. अगर if you have like like डिसाइडेड कि तुम्हें कहाँ पे जाना है, देन तो फिर तो ठीक है, मतलब तुम्हारे लिए हाँ.
Correct, correct. Any books and all you were referring, or mainly you were working on the notes?
No, I was kind of going through the more or less whatever the readings are. So for micro, I have variant. For macro, I have Dornbusch Fisher, and I think I also have Blanchard as well. I think for Indian eco, that was like the main part which I didn't really like. I think Indian eco is quite like I would say it's not something to my liking, because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of
Very
info
vast.
based, data based subjects. So
It's very vast.
uh,
You don't know where to start and end.
हाँ.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I don't think as such कोई books था. Like it was just simply like textbooks and whatever the notes were there. Yeah,
Thank you very much, Debojit, for
yeah.
sharing the experience and many, many congratulations once again and all the best. All the best. Do very well. I'm sure you will. And keep us updated, wherever
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Thank you so much. I will. Thank you so much for all the guidance and yeah, all of the classes that you have taken, and Nishant sir as well. Yeah, it did pay off.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.